Well, greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is John Campea, and this is a special user-submitted video. Now, every day on the John Campea Show, people send in questions, but every once in a while, somebody sends in one with a tip of like $50 or more, and I like to honor those ones by answering those questions in their own standalone video. So that's what we're going to do right now, and we're going to take a question from another Skywalker who writes, "Hey, John, I like The Rise of Skywalker. After killing off Snoke, it was going to be hard to introduce a new villain unless it was going to be Kylo, and then there would have been considerable problems with that as well. I think JJ did great considering what he had to work with. What are your thoughts?" All right, thanks a lot for sending that in, man. And you're right. Heading into Star Wars Episode 9, what do you do about the villain? Because outside, with Snoke gone, outside of Kylo Ren, you really have very, very few options. And depending on what you want to do with Kylo Ren, and there are good things to do with him and bad things to do with him, but depending on what you want to do with Kylo Ren, having him as the main villain could become problematic depending on what you do. So back at Star Wars Celebration, we discovered, as Ian McDiarmid took the stage, that the villain for Star Wars Episode 9 was going to be none other than the Grandpa Palpy himself, Emperor Palpatine. Now, full disclosure, you have to understand something before I kind of give my thoughts on this, and that is, I don't like The Rise of Skywalker. Now, I love J.J. Abrams' The Force Awakens. I love that movie, and I love what J.J. did there. I'm not a particular fan of The Rise of Skywalker, just to put that out there, just so you know. I don't think it's a burning heap of garbage. I just didn't like it, so that's fine. Was it the right idea? You know, considering what position they were in going into this movie, was it the right idea to have Palpatine come back and be the villain for Episode 9? Now, this debate has been going on even before the movie came out. Was this the right move to do? And while I ultimately didn't think it worked out, I believe now what I even believed before the movie came out. Even though I don't think it actually worked, I still think bringing in Palpatine as the villain was the right thing to do at the time. I find that a lot of film fans are too hindsight-ish, like if something worked, then it was the right decision. Well, that's not always the case. If something didn't work, that means it was the wrong decision. That's not always the case. Sometimes in life, you can do the wrong thing and get lucky and have it work. And sometimes in life, unfortunately, you can do the right thing and get unlucky and it doesn't work out. This is one of those situations, I believe. I think bringing in Palpatine was a really good idea for a couple of reasons. He is the most iconic, understanding that Vader turned, but he's the most iconic Star Wars villain that we've got. I mean, you can't have Vader as a villain because obviously he's turned back to the light side and everything, but Palpatine is also the connective tissue that kind of brings all of the Star Wars movies into one cohesive kind of view. Again, this is my thought before seeing the movie and all that kind of stuff. And Ian McDiarmid is fabulous. Having him back in the movie is wonderful. I was just as happy to see that as I was to see that we were going to get Billy D. Williams back as Lando Calrissian. So I thought that was great as well. And just overall, to me, it just feels right to have Palpatine as that final big villain. And the fact that I believe that was the right decision, I'm not going to change my mind on that just because I didn't actually end up liking the way they executed. I thought they did a pretty bad job with them. It reminds me a lot of having, you know, Doctor Doom as your villain in Fantastic Four. It is a great idea to have Doctor Doom as a villain in your movie because Doctor Doom is a terrific character and a terrific villain. Great idea to have him in there. But you still got to do good things with him once you bring him in, or else it doesn't really work, much as in the case with Fantastic Four. And I still believe that Palpatine was the right direction to go, even though I don't personally feel that it worked out very well. Now, it should be noted, too, that a lot of people do like Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, and it worked for them. Fabulous. I'm simply saying that even as somebody who didn't, I still thought it was the right direction. So I thought JJ made the right choice, and that's just how I kind of feel about it. Anyway, question is, guys, how do you feel about it? Do you think it was the right decision to bring in Palpatine, regardless of whether you thought he did or did not work in the movie itself? Jump on down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. All right, guys, that'll do it for this video. My name is John Campea, and until next time, bye-bye.